What if I told you that there was a camera out there that can take this 28-200 and make it a 28-600? Would you believe me? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mercedes and I'm a photographer based out here in Toronto, and I basically sit in my basement and talk about Lumix cameras. And today I have a really fun topic, in case you couldn't tell by the title. We are going to be talking about one of the new releases from Lumix, and I'm super excited about this one. And I actually had the privilege of using this camera in Osaka for the Lumix Global Summit event, which is where I heard about this camera. So if you're with me, let's go. So as the title of the video suggests, yes, this is about the Lumix S9. The rumors are true. We got a brand new full frame camera from Lumix, and honestly, I just want to show you guys how incredibly small this little thing is, okay? This is the S9. It is now my new best friend, but if we like hold it up to my head for a second and like we look at the comparison, it's quite small, okay? I got a small head. This is a small camera. But yes, this is a brand new full frame camera from Lumix. It is mirrorless, and it is an L mount, so any of your full frame lenses, any lenses that you use with the S5 II, S5 IIX, S5, any S-series lenses, or if you use Sigma, any L mount lenses will be compatible with this, because that is what it is. So if you know me, you know that my channel is not techie. We don't get into specs here. I might touch base a little bit on it, so if that's what you're looking for, again, this video is not for you. But if you want to know use cases, what this camera is good for, where and when you should be using it, then this video is for you. So we have a lot to unravel here because it is a brand new launch, brand new release. So the Lumix S9. So you can realistically use this camera for almost anything. You can use it for portraits, nature, you can use it for sports if you want to photograph, you know, motorcycles, cars, you know, you can use it for pretty much anything. When I was in Osaka using the camera on a daily, I was using it mainly for street photography and also just in general content creation. And the target audience for this camera, in my opinion, is more for the content creator, you know, for the person or for the photographer that wants to create a fantastic photo and then share it almost immediately. And this camera gives you that capability, and I'm going to explain to you why. So if you're a Lumix user, then you've definitely played around with the LUTs, especially in the G9 II and the S5 II and all those cameras. You've definitely played around with the LUTs. If you haven't yet, then you are truly missing out. And I'll be honest, when I'm using my G9 II or my S5 II, I don't usually use LUTs, but with the S9, because of how easy it is to use the LUTs, I'm using them a lot more. If you don't know what LUTs are, it's basically just a more formal term to say presets. In the photo world, we like to say presets, but the actual term is LUTs. What's the big deal with LUTs? Why, you know, what is it about the S9 that makes using LUTs so much easier? Well, safe to say that Lumix has the best engineers ever. And I will stand my ground on that one. Lumix has the best engineers ever. And they listened to us when we said we wanted our LUTs to be more accessible. So what did they do? They added a specific button just for LUTs. So now, instead of actually going into your menu, searching for LUTs, and then kind of going through that and then going through your photo styles, all you have to do is click this LUT button, and it pulls up all the LUTs you have stored in your camera, and you can flip through them really easily. You can click the set button and then you are good to go. And the best part about having the LUT button right there is that it allows you to switch your LUTs in real time. You know, you can kind of just scroll through, and if you are not using a LUT and then all of a sudden you see an opportunity to use one, all you have to do is just click that button versus actually going into your entire menu and, you know, trying to figure out where it is. It's just a simple button and there you go. Another cool thing that you can actually do with the LUTs this time around is you can actually set the opacity. And so if your light is coming off a little too strong, but you still like how the colors are looking, you can actually decrease the opacity on it. And you can stack your LUTs as well. And I won't go into too much detail in this video, but if there's enough interest, I can make an entirely new video about stacking LUTs on the S9 and how that all works. Now the best part about the LUTs, and I really hope this gets talked about more, because Lumix created this seamless process to be able to transfer LUTs from your phone directly onto your camera. So now the traditional workaround for this is obviously you have your LUTs or your presets and you load them onto your SD card, and then you put the SD card in the camera and you load the LUTs from that. Lumix and the incredible engineers that work for Lumix created this app so that way you can transfer LUTs from the app and from actual Lumix creators that have preset packages, and you can load those LUTs into your camera just by using Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And if that doesn't amaze you, then I honestly don't know what will, because that is some insane technology and it makes your process so much more seamless. It saves you so much more time. It's efficient. And if you want to add a preset on the go, you know, if you're in the middle of a shoot or if you are somewhere where you know another preset is going to work better and you don't have it on your camera, all you have to do is make sure your camera's connected to your phone and you can just upload it instantly, and there you go. You have it. You don't have to wait till you get home to upload it onto your card. So that process in itself and the app and the way that all works is just truly a thing of beauty. So just like the LUT transfer process, you are gonna have that same type of process when you want to transfer photos straight from your camera to the Lumix app. And the beautiful thing is that you can actually edit your photos in the Lumix app should you need to. But with the S9 and with using the real-time LUT, you're really not gonna want to edit your pictures. And I'm gonna throw up a bunch of examples just like I used to do before. And these were all made with a real-time LUT, and they were all taken straight out of camera and all done through the transfer process. So you can kind of see how sharp these images are, and you know, you can see how small of a camera this is and how sharp and like colorful these images are. So you can see just how powerful this little S9 is. And I'm gonna throw up some more images because I think everybody should be able to see this. It is absolutely insane. I was using a bunch of LUTs, a bunch of presets, and these are all straight from camera onto my phone, onto social media. Now, another feature that, like, it just, this blew my mind, okay? This was like the talk of the town when we found out about it and when we started using it, because it is actually quite insane what this feature is, okay? The feature that I want to talk about is, it's called the hybrid zoom. So this feature blew my mind. I don't know how in the world they do this, okay? I don't know anything about this. All I know is that it's pretty damn cool, okay? So we have a 28-200, okay? And if you're a photographer, you know that this gets you up to 200 millimeters, okay? With the hybrid zoom, with this feature, this now gets you up to 600 millimeters. So this now turns into a 28-600 millimeter. And I promise you, it does not decrease sharpness. It does not decrease image quality. It keeps the image intact, even with the hybrid zoom on it, and even it turning into a 600 millimeter. And if you don't believe me, here's pictures. These were taken with the hybrid zoom, with the 28-200 at full max zoom that it could possibly go. So it was, I think it was like a 625 millimeter, something like that. And these are beautiful images with a real-time LUT on them, okay? And look at the bokeh. Look at the image quality. You know, look at, like, there's not a lot of noise. There's not a lot of grain in there. To get these types of images, to get this sharp and this high quality of an image with a feature such as the hybrid zoom and using a 28-200 millimeter lens, that in itself is just a mind-blowing feature. But if I have a feature that lets me have the capabilities of a 600 millimeter lens without actually having to own a 600 millimeter lens, and lug that big thing around. If I can get a 600 out of a 28 to 200, why would I not buy that? Why would I not get that? That just doesn't make sense to me. Why would I buy a 600 millimeter when I can buy a camera that has a feature of a hybrid zoom and can turn my 28 to 200 into a 28 to 600? That hybrid zoom feature on the S9, absolutely ridiculous. And I think it's worth a shot. I think it's worth a try. Definitely worth looking into. Who would I recommend this camera to? I would definitely say that this camera is perfect for any content creators or photographers who want to create high quality content on the go and on the fly. That's what the S9 does, and that's the purpose of it. You know, it is small, it's compact, you know, it is full frame, so you are getting all of those benefits of using a full frame in this small compact device. And it does have the capability to, you know, add in LUTs, so you can still use all of your real-time LUTs that you were using with your other cameras. And you can now upload it straight away, or you can even create the perfect in-camera shot. That way you don't have to edit too much after, or you don't even have to edit at all. You can just upload your work straight away. So definitely my content creators who are looking for a camera that will let them cut their editing process in half and, you know, let them upload their content in real time. Another group I'm going to recommend this for is any entry-level photographers. This camera is perfect whether you want it for personal use or you are looking to, you know, get into photography and you're not really sure, or you're getting too overwhelmed by all the other options. This is a great affordable option that is full frame still, and is compatible with L-mount lenses, and, you know, can really jumpstart your photography journey. But even with that said, I would still recommend it to the professional photographer. You know, whether you're in studio, you do nature, you do landscapes, you know, whatever type of photography, you do sports, whatever type of photography you do, I think every professional photographer, I think every photographer needs a small compact camera like this that still gives them the capabilities of, you know, an S5, S5 II, S5 IIX that they can just take on the go. You know, they can create content on the go. They can, you know, still take really sharp, beautiful images. This camera is also perfect for traveling. It's just, it does everything. It's a well-rounded, solid camera that I hope doesn't get overlooked. And like I said, it might not be for you. And if it's not for you, then that's okay. It is not a bad camera. This is a solid camera with a solid and seamless workflow that could work for really just anybody, should you want to try it or should you give it a chance. Anyways, that is my video on the S9. As I use it more, I'm sure I'm going to have more to say about it. And no, I have not tested it in low light yet, so once I do, I'll definitely have a low light video out for the S9. Because it will be interesting to see how it holds up with the G9 II and the S5 II, and, you know, what you can do with it. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you come back and watch another video. And I hope you enjoy my little shorts of my trip to Osaka.